What's up, my wonderful world of YouTube? My name's Chris. This is Motivated Living. I hope everybody's doing good today, having a great day, and in the best of health and spirits. Today, I'm going to be talking about Amouage Lyric. We'll dive right into this, what I deem a masterpiece of a fragrance. So sit tight, we'll be right back.
Welcome to Motivated Living.
Change is on the horizon.
Hey everybody. Amouage Lyric. Amouage, I just came to find out, or Amouage, the Arabic meaning is waves. Cool little fun fact. There's the box, or presentation of it. I really like that. Being an artist, I thought that was very well done. This was released in 2008. Actually received a 4.1, 2 out of 5 on the Fragrantica rating. Amouage Lyric, man, I love the way their presentations are done. The very first one I got was Beloved. I was like, oh wow, this is really neat. I thought it was cedar lined, but I think this one's just cardboard. Let y'all see that, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. It is an eau de parfum, 100 ml, 3.4 fluid ounce. Hopefully y'all seen it. I still can't seem to get the tracking and everything right on my phone. I do record with the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. I used to use the LG G7 ThinQ, which I actually preferred. I thought it was really good at doing the video stuff. Here's the bottle. They all have that same shape and top that I've seen. They put like a little jewel in the top. I remember when I got my first Amouage, I thought that was the sprayer, like you press here and it would spray out of that thing. It's got the magnetic cap. This is one of them fragrances to where I believe you'd have to be secure in your masculinity. You know, it's a rose fragrance. And honestly, I had first bought a like 0.27 travel spray from FragranceNet. And the first wearing, it was kind of off-putting to me. I didn't much care for it. I sprayed it on and I was like, I don't know about this one. And as the day went on, I'm doing this, smelling my arm, and it started growing on me. It piqued my curiosity a little bit. So, of course, I went through and continued wearing the sample I had, the 0.27. And the more I was smelling it and wearing it, I was like, holy cow, I really like this fragrance. Now, the opening, this is actually my scent of the day. So I'll spray some more on. Go in there smelling like a rose bomb. Man, that's good. I had told a couple people that it gives me that opening of, I don't know if y'all are familiar with the Creed Silver Mountain Water, how it has that like inky type opening. There's just something in the note when you first spray it on in the notes. It kind of gives me that, I don't want to say the synthetic vibe of it, but the inky opening, not on 100%, but it just gave me that vibe. Not the same fragrance whatsoever, don't get me wrong. Just something in there gave me that feeling, if that makes sense. I really do like it. And, well, I was comparing the notes, and I did find a few similarities in the notes. So maybe one of those is what I'm smelling. I will talk about the notes. I don't memorize them, so I do refer to a notepad, as you know. I'm not a pro at doing this. I just share fragrances, how I feel about them, if I like them, if I don't, and talk about them a little bit. It is fairly loud. Most Amouage fragrances are. I've came across a couple that really weren't overpowering. This is probably in the middle category, because then you have like Memoir and Interlude, which are like really strong gorilla type fragrances, and then you have like Reflection and Jubilation, where they're more subtle. This guy to me is in the middle of them. Not loud and overpowering, not super soft, It's there. You definitely make your presence known. You spray it, people are going to smell you. It's not offensive to me. I'm sure it could be if you overspray it. It projects, I'd say, very good. The sillage was moderate, and I got a good 6 hours plus. I never really let a fragrance go the full duration because I like to overspray. As I said in other videos, I'm a fan of the openings. So a few hours in, regardless, I'm going to spray myself again. Now, unfortunately, there's been times like at work, because I wear fragrances for me and how they make me feel. This one's very uplifting to me, by the way. There's just something about it. It gives me a fresh, invigorating type smell. And this is a fresher rose scent to me. But there's been times like other fragrances I've sprayed on. A few hours go by, I spray on. A few hours go by, I spray on. And then at that point, you're kind of like, if that makes sense to some of y'all. I'm sure you know what I mean. Because I'm not the only fragrance fanatic here. Fragrance lover. Let me talk about these notes real quick. The top is listed as bergamot and lime, which I don't really get the lime, so it's hidden in there well. I really do just get a rose fragrance, a masculine rose, but not just like walking in the flower store roses. Okay, maybe a light walk into flower store roses, but without the other flowers. It is just all in all a rose fragrance, so fitting that they put the rose on the box. Now, your mid notes are rose, angelica, orange blossom, gelbanum, and nutmeg, ginger, and saffron. And your base notes are listed as pine tree, sandalwood, incense, vanilla, and musk. And I believe the incense used in here is frankincense, but I'm not 100% certain on that. Some of the notes, though, when I looked with the Silver Mountain water, why it gave me that kind of feeling. Bergamot, gelbanum, and sandalwood. And I don't think it's the bergamot and sandalwood that gives me that vibe. So I'm thinking it's whatever the gelbanum is. Gelbanum. Which honestly I have no idea. Again, I stress I'm not a pro at this. I just talk about fragrances I like. And there's some I don't like to come on here. Or I don't want to say I don't like, but they're just not for me. With all hopes of being correct. This one, the very first time, it really wasn't, but it did grow on me. I would definitely say you'd want to be secure in your masculinity wearing it, because I don't want to really say it leans feminine, but it leans a little bit feminine because it is a rose fragrance. So I don't know how you would rate the masculine feminine thing. Now, Amouage does make their fragrances, it'll say lyric men, lyric women. So I've never smelled the women's side of it. My wife's not a big rose fan for her personal perfumes, or I'd buy her a bottle just so we could do a side-by-side. I like it a lot. It is very high on my list, one I reach for quite often. The bottle's about halfway empty. I have sent out a couple decants to share these with other people. So I'm all for sharing this love of fragrance when I find one. And I know I had sent one to my good friend Anthony. And first spray, he's like, man, I don't know about this. And then later he messages me like, wow, this is growing on me. I like it. So I'm like, exactly. That's what I went through with it as well. I'd say that's about it. It is Amouage Lyric Man. Anybody who's familiar with this, feel free to drop some comments. Let me know what you think. And maybe tell me some of your favorite Amouage fragrances. I like them because they last. They really do. They're powerful. Almost to the point of being moving. Almost like a spiritual type experience with some of their fragrances. And they're not like your cookie cutter fragrances whatsoever. I smell a lot of fragrances out there where I've smelled it before type deal. Like, man, this one smells like that one, smells like that one. They're in the same category. This is the closest one I've smelled to where it gave me any type of, well, actually there's been two, where it's given me any type of vibe of another fragrance. And that vibe is just in the opening, the blast of it. Where I said it reminds me of the Silver Mountain water, that inky opening of it. And it's just the tartness of it initially. This is a pretty linear fragrance. It doesn't seem to change as you go on. What you see, what you smell is what you get. It's just that rose through and through. To me, you might smell something different. Thank you guys for tuning in, gals. I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate your continued support and for hanging in there with me. And again, as always, I send positivity, positive vibes to y'all. I'm praying everybody is healthy and safe right now in this crazy time we got going on. That's all I got. Until next time, peace.